We live, we live. Going, man. Headed deep to Jersey somewhere. You know what I'm saying? We live, though, you heard? Hey, listen, man. Support the movement, ROD Pod. I will be on 9 p.m. tonight, as always. Sometimes maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock, depending on what's going on. I usually come home, you know what I'm saying, change my clothes, eat, and then discuss my day. Your mental check-in with your spouse. You know what I'm saying. I usually do that, and then from there, I proceed to go set up and give you guys, you know, wisdom and understanding. And I know a lot of you guys is highly upset. Some of you guys that follow me know we don't participate in politics, but goddamn, New York look quiet. Everybody's just nobody is doing nothing. I remember when Biden won, my whole entire community was in an uproar. People riding around, honking their horns, yelling, saying, "Yeah, yeah, we won, yeah, yeah." And now it's just complete silence. And you know how I feel about politics. There's two coins, two sides to the same coin, meaning the agenda is still the same with whatever party is in place. But I respect people being real. Right? If you don't like me, then tell me you don't like me. Don't go behind my back. Don't do the unnecessary things. You feel me? That's just a no-go, right? But other than that, people, you know what I'm saying? It's a phenomenal day. And definitely want to touch on this precept that I seen a brother posted up on Facebook, and the precept said that Second Chronicles 7 verse 14. Something that I used to teach, and it says that if my people shall humble themselves and call on my name, then the land shall be healed. Now, first and foremost, the contradiction within that is we all been humble. I mean, can you imagine a group of people running the world, having complete control, governance, guidance, to having all that taken away, to then taking a back seat? I don't think anybody could get more humble than that. And as far as seeking thy face, I mean, how can we seek thy face when you said out your mouth that any man that looked at you, no man has lived that seen you? So how can we then seek your face if that's not literally something that can be done? And last but not least, you saying call on your name. Which name is it? Which name is it? See, that alone just lets you know the contradiction within religion. That alone, because in Ghana they call God this name, and in Nigeria they call a God this name. South Africa is that name. This lets you know that this is the contradictions within the Biblos. And yet people will see that and still listen to me, people, and still would justify such ideology and say the most foolish, slanderous things you have ever heard just to justify the Biblos. But it's like, hold on, but this God, this Lord, can't have multiple names because it's forbidden. Now you're saying that, oh, it's just different practices, different languages, all the foolishness, all the foolishness, all of it. But I thought we come from Shem. I thought we come from Shem. I thought Shem is our father, so his language supposed to also be passed down to us, right? You see the foolishness? I mean, come on, son. Which we came from Noah, right? The names being changed. The names being changed happened when? You know what I'm saying? It's just so much contradictions within the Biblos itself, where you got to sit back and question exactly what you put in. What are you investing your time into? I can't invest my time to stuff like that. I just can't. I'm sorry. You know, I love teaching you guys. I love edifying you guys. I love, you know, opening you up, getting you close to your spirituality. But in reality, in all reality, what I was teaching you was not the way. It was not the ways of my ancestors. I was doing a disservice to my ancestors because I was upholding the enemy's ideology, and I was trying to infuse African spirituality with such teachings. And I apologize for that. I have to apologize. I have to say I have led my people into a burning house. Luckily, I didn't get assassinated with that revelation. I have to apologize. And I'm sorry. You understand? I'm sorry. I didn't think I didn't think such things could be I didn't think such things could be possible, but you know, all things, anything and all things are possible. And I've done that. And I realized that. And my job is to do the corrections. My correction is not trying to tell you that the creators don't exist and the names that I told you to call on, like Sonene, Nanini, is not something to call on. That's not what I'm here to tell you. No, that's not what I'm here to tell you. What I'm here to tell you and let you understand that, for one, the monotheistic ideology, that's European. We don't do that. Nowhere in African traditions do we do that. We do not do that. If you guys wanna believe in the Egyptian story, I get it. But even the Egyptians knew that, right? When you look at the hieroglyphics and all that.
Call from 929-533-4.
Yeah, baby.
Yo, man, I still eat my pancakes out of desperation. I'm making some kiva right now, right? Because I know he's hungry. So he played, so he come up to me. I had smoked some pancakes on the plate. So he comes to me to pick him up, and he sees the pancakes still big. So he grabs both the pancakes. So I'm like, yo, I'm like, give me one. So we only gonna eat one, yo, man. He took both of them and dipped, and he's eating them right now. But it's out of shit. That's right. Yo, he got them like in a sandwich eating it right now.
As he should.
You hungry?
Alright, man. I'm gonna call you back. I'm doing a live.
Whatever. Bye.
Yeah, my bad, guys. My son is finally being taken off the breast milk, so now he gotta eat solid food, and you know, it's a transition for him. Kind of stressed out, you know what I'm saying? He's stressed out about it, but at the same time, you know, it's time for him to grow up. Why are we doing that? And I don't want to get off topic, but you know, just giving you guys just a little insight of my life, right? My son, when you are a breastfeeding child, you know, you see things different, right? You're more spoiled than average. You understand? And when my son is around his mother and he see his mother, he don't know how to function, right? So if he's around me, say he's with me, he's on militant time. He's on this. Yo, my dad say that. We gotta do that, etc., 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 etc. But when he's with his mother, it's the total opposite. When he with his mother, is more like, mommy. And he it's like mentally he reverts back to being a baby. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it comes from, you know what I'm saying? A lot of it comes from the breastfeeding and you know what I'm saying? Just being spoiled. You feel me? So now we're making a transition. So we talk about certain things as far as, you know, the food to eat and et cetera, et cetera. But overall, he's growing up out of that, right? And we seeing that, so that's why she called me and let me know. But anyway, for me, doing what I've done for you guys, you know, feeding you such ideology, I come to the realization that I was wrong, right? And that the creators, monotheistic, is not of the creators. That is a European ideology. If you want to believe in the Egyptian hieroglyphics and stuff like that, and even if you look at that, I got the Book of the Dead, and you can see that it was always plural. It was plural, 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 and plural. This is facts. This is not a belief. These are the facts, right? So for me, knowing these things, right? Knowing these things, studying, reading, tapping into African culture, right? Rejecting all European perspective. The only time you're gonna see me stand on European ideology when it's to give information about their ideology. When it comes to finding African culture and traditions and understanding, I'm not getting that from these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not getting that from the Europeans because it's a cultural disconnect. It doesn't make sense. It's a cultural disconnect, and they have been programmed to demonize our customs, culture, and traditions. So if I know that this is what you're known for doing, I'm not going to go out my way to take your word like it's the Holy Grail. I'm just not going to do that. You understand? And that's what's been happening. You feel me? And because these things has happened, you see the damage it's doing to our people. You understand? So my job as looking into our culture, looking into the names of the gods that we called on, right? So many gods, so many gods. I got the book. So many gods. I got the book. Where's my pick at, man? So many gods that we called on. You know, we called on so many gods, so many higher powers we was calling on. And these higher powers, these higher powers these higher powers is literally where our strength lies. Our strength lies within these deities. They are telling you that it is forbidden. I really want you guys to process this. The deities that they're telling us that we should not call on is evil, is wicked, is literally the deities that's giving us strength. Literally. It's the deities that's giving us strength, that's giving us the power, that's giving us the understanding of the universe, and also the foundation in removing ourselves from this situation. See, the problem is that you guys really don't want to be removed. You guys really thinking that the Biblos is if we humble ourselves and we do this, then, you know, then the God will hear us and then heal our land. There's no healing. There's no God hearing our land. There's none of these things that you guys are believing is going to happen. None of these things are going to, is going to happen. It's not. Because there's nobody more humble than black people. There's nobody more humble than black people. Whether you are in America, whether you are in Africa, whether you are in Europe, there's nobody more humble than us. Nobody. We take racism, we take these negative things that say about us, we take all of that in the center of the chin. We take it right on the chin. And we don't complain, we don't nag, we don't argue, we don't do none of that. We take it how it is. And that alone lets you know that there's nobody more humble than us. Don't take the nonsense that's going on with us acting ignorance. With our ignorance is ignorance out of frustration. Not being able to lash out our frustration out on those that's causing us to be in this state of mind. You understand? That's where our ignorance comes from. And then we're being programmed to look at each other and attack each other. We're being programmed. You're being taught this behavior. I keep telling you guys, this is taught behavior. This is not the way we conduct ourselves. This is not the way we move. This is not the way we act. We come from a very humble, calm, peaceful society. There's no history that show us being savages. There's no, these topics these titles that was placed upon black people was placed upon black people after, you know, when these people came. They came us with the Bible and said, you guys were savages. And the Lord told me to reprogram you, to civilize you guys, right? Because they couldn't understand how we are one with the earth. Because they don't come from that. They couldn't understand how we was gardening and farming and how we was loving the animals. They thought that was evil. They thought that we was worshiping the animals. No, these was our fellow relatives, right? Animals is part of our it's part of our existence, creation. Lions used to walk right next to us. Big old elephants used to be our pets. Getting us fruits from the top of the mountain. How you think we knew about coconut? These animals used to do these things for us. And people don't find it hard to believe, but it's because you have been so desensitized to the Euro-Christian ideology. It's hard for you to process such ideology. It's hard for you to see that. But we was doing these things. These things was in our nature. These things was second nature, right? Connecting with animals, connecting with plants, connecting with everything. This was second nature. We did these things with our eyes closed. Now, because we have been enslaved, now that our lands has been colonized and taken over, we have been prohibited from going to certain locations in your own homeland. You have been prohibited from going to certain locations. That's what's stopping us from really connecting. It's a universal law. Everything that you see these people are doing to us is literally done and is being enforced to prevent you from ever taking back the position of this world. And the only way, and I was having a conversation with my cousin yesterday. Shout out to her. I got to give her a call because she called me before I did this live. The only way we're going to overcome, and take back our land, the only way, listen people, and I'm telling you the truth, I know it's hard. The only way we're going to take back our land, or should I? I'm not even gonna say that. Let me say this first. Then I get back to taking back the land. What you see going on in this world, with this chaos, etc., the whole chaos of humanity. What you see going on is the things that needs to happen. This is not biblical prophecy. This is the ancestors being pissed off with us. Because we have compromised with the enemy. We have compromised. We have worked with the very people that violated us. We decided to work hand in hand with them. And because of that, this is why we're going through what we're going through. So the ancestors is furious. So what you see, the universe, what's going on in the universe, this is the ancestors. This is the ancestors being upset. This is the creators being upset. Remember, it's a chain of command. It's a hierarchy, okay? Nothing that goes on in this world affects the creators. The only time it affects the creators is when we disrespect the creators, when we act like they don't exist, when we act like Sunini Nanini is Lord, God, Father, or we associate these higher beings with the Biblos and saying that the Biblos is a story about them. Our creators don't run around killing people, okay? We don't run around killing people. We don't run around killing innocent people to justify or prove a point. We don't do such things. That is not in our culture. That is not in our DNA. You personally, black people personally, won't even wake up to put harm on people, let alone we're going to put harm on a bunch of people. Our creators is not doing that. That's ideologies that was given unto you by the enemy. You understand? I want you guys to realize that. This is an ideology given unto you by the enemy. It is not of your culture. It's not of your culture. It's not who we are. We are not savages. You have to remove such ideologies. Stop putting that title with you. Stop associating that with your DNA. You're not savages. Damn. You're not savages, people. You're kings and queens. Some of you guys was kings and queens. Some of you guys was farmers. Some of you guys was builders. Not everybody was rulers, right? It was a very small window of ignorant, foolish, petty thieves. And when they stole for a reason. They didn't steal just because they wanted to look good and go into the club and ball out. That ideology came with religion, people. That came with Euro-Christian ideology. That is not who we are. We do not do these things, okay? You need to take away modern ideology and understand historical ideology. Okay? 2 different times, 2 different reasons, 2 different purpose, 2 different worships. Okay? We was not worshiping these European deities. The fruit, the tree don't fall too far from the tree. The fruit, excuse me, don't fall too far from the tree. We was not doing such practices. We did not know what us ideology was. We held ourselves to high regards. We operated with love, decency, order. We had respect. We didn't run around raping, killing. All of that came through colonialism. All of that came through slavery. All of that came through religion. But the main situation is religion. So when I tell my cuz that the world's got to get chaotic, it has to get chaotic. Okay, the coconuts need to be removed. If you uphold Euro-Christian ideology, you are a coconut. If you believe the Biblos is a black man's story, you are a coconut. If you believe that this is about us, or the only way we're gonna get right and come back to the ways of righteousness is coming back to the God of the Biblos, you are a coconut. You are a coconut. Your perception is of European descent, European material. You are a coconut. You will be removed. I repeat, you will be removed. You will be removed. And that's what you guys are seeing right now. You guys are seeing the removal of people. You're seeing the removal. Don't let the C-19 fool you. That was intentional. That was to see where you guys stand. That was to see if you still standing on, if you still with the fight, or you ready to pull up the flag and say goodnight. And a lot of you guys decided to say goodnight. And because of that, you guys are being removed. This is what you guys are seeing. A lot of our people is on borrowed time because they decided to stand with the enemy. How did we get there? Simple. Euro-Christian ideology. Okay? So the coconuts has to be removed. It has to get completely bad, severely bad in order for it to get good. And you guys are witnessing that. You guys are witnessing that. The music is going to get more toxic. The schools is going to get more stupid. The children is going to get more evil. Relationships is going to be more broken. All of this, all of these things has to happen, and it's going to happen. And then after it gets to the point where the pressure's on the necks, black people is going to get fed up. And then black people is going to want to fight, because at that point, it's not going to be money that's going to keep us together. It's not going to be a religion that's going to keep us together. It's going to be survival that's going to keep us together. It's going to be survival that's going to keep us together. It's going to be survival that's going to keep us together, right? Hip-hop is not going to be the music that we're going to look forward to. We're going to look for complete silence. We're going to look for high frequencies. We're not going to look for low energy, low frequency type of material. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when, how, why, and what time. This is facts. This is facts. This is not my assumptions. This is not my assertions. This is the facts. The coconuts must be shaken off. The coconuts are being shaken off. People are choosing their sides. I would never, ever in my life choose European ideology over black people. I don't care how beneficial it may be for me. If I have to choose, if I'm in a position to choose between standing with my blacks or being on the side of the Euro-Christian ideology, knowing that it's going to give me life, protection, shelter, food, clothing, I'm still standing with my people. I'm sorry. I cannot, and I repeat, I cannot subject myself and give myself unto an ideology that has absolutely no connection, that has absolutely no benefits for me. I can't do that. I am sorry. You must forgive me if I don't see what you see. You must forgive me if I don't believe what you believe. because I don't believe, nor do I support anything that is of Euro-Christian ideology. I do not support it. I don't want it. I don't need it. It has not been beneficial for us. It has not been beneficial for me. It has not been beneficial for my family. And when I say benefit, I'm not talking about, having a nice paying job, being able to wake up, being alive and all that. That's cool. That's cool. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you understand? I'm talking about freedom. I'm talking about acceptance. I'm talking about same playing grounds, even playing grounds. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about that, people. I'm not talking about nothing else. I'm talking about that. That's what I'm talking about. If it's not providing us with that, if it's not putting us at a kingdom seat, if it's not putting us in a position of power, I don't want it. If it's not liberating my people, if it's not healing my people, if it's not making my people wake up, value this, love being black, if it's not doing that, I don't want it. And Euro-Christian ideology does not present that to me. It's the same manuscript, the same foo-foo, the same nonsense, ideologies that I don't want no parts of. I'm sorry. Ideologies that I don't want no parts of. And you guys should not want any parts of it either. And those that is in support of such ideologies, you will be removed. I don't know how humble can I say it, but you will be removed. Without a shadow of a doubt, you will be removed. Without a shadow of a doubt, you will be removed. Their ancestors will remove you. Them thoughts that's running in your mind that's saying, yo, man, listen to that brother Junior. That thought that's in your mind, or that demon that's in your mind that's telling you, hey, he's going off. That, yeah, you're going to be removed. This is facts. You're going to be removed. You're going to be removed. Because this is not the time. This is like the Biblo said, right? This is not the time to be sleeping. It is high time to get up out of your slumber. You need to get up out of this slumber party. You guys been in this Christian slumber party for way too long. It is about that time to say, I'm good. What's up over here? It's about that time. It is about that time. Time for you guys to get up out of this slumber party. It's just time. It's just time. Time for you to get up out of this slumber party. It's just time. Like it said, like the Bible said, when you was a child, you thought of a child, you did childish things. When you became a man, you put away childish things. So why haven't you put away religion? Why haven't you put away religion? Religion is such the childish thing. Remember, it was taught upon the children. It wasn't taught upon the elders. It wasn't taught upon the grown-ups. These grown-ups, these elders that you see now was born into this ideology. So that's all they know. That's all they want. That's not us. That's not of the warriors. That's not of the warriors. You understand? The warriors don't want this no more. Come on, man. Hurry your ass up. Weirdo ass. You know what I'm saying? The warriors don't want that. Real men don't want that. The men that's tapping into that alpha mentality, they don't want that. We don't want that. We're removing such ideologies. And I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. There's numerous of brothers that speaks to me privately, that says, yeah, bro, nah, we ain't on that type of time. Yeah, it's over for that. Nah, bro. Yo, what you saying? Psst, yo, man, I've been feeling the same way too, bro. I've been feeling the same way. I just didn't want to get out of line. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, you were supposed to, pimp. You understand? I was like, you were supposed to. And this is where brothers is at right now. Brothers is really like, all right, enough is enough. This is a dub. I'm not doing this. I'm not standing on this. This doesn't make sense. How can this be our culture when it's documented when these people came with the ideologies? When it didn't came when it didn't came with our ideology. Think about that. It didn't come with our ideology. Our people had absolutely no understanding of this. When I speak to the people that has not been indoctrinated by Christianity, they the first to be like, nah, that's European colonialism. No, we don't do. Oh, keeping the commandments. No, that came with Jewish people. The Jewish people was forcing such ideologies, and they was using black people to do it. This is not me saying this. This is not me. This is not me saying this. You know what I'm saying? This is not me saying this. This is them. Like, no, this is not of our culture. No. The Zulu people don't know nothing about commandments, people. Speak to an actual Zulu person. They don't know nothing about no commandment. When they hear we talking about it, it's like, oh, really? It's like, wait, hold on. How you didn't know this? Oh, you're gonna give me the book of Hosea. My people have been discontinued from that heritage. Yes, that heritage has nothing to do with the Biblos. That's not what that means. That heritage has to do with everything has to do with you being disconnected and removed from your African heritage. That's what that is. That's what that is. I'm sorry. Hate to be the one to burst your bubble, but that's what it is. Have absolutely no connection to the Biblos. People don't like I'm saying. Like, you go on TikTok and you speak to people from the land are being educated and schooled by people that's in America. How does that make sense? The people, how do you get removed from your land and you the ones that's getting the knowledge and the wisdom? When the people that's in the land that you guys are claiming to be the land of the holies, the holy land, and nobody have no recollection of it. And we justify it by saying, well, it's because we have, they gave us Christianity and they gave us the story of Jesus and The whole book is about Jesus. The whole book is about Lord. What the heck are you talking about? This is what I'm saying, the insertions and the beliefs.
Call from 877.
The whole book is about Jesus. The whole book is about Bible. This is a book about Baal. Baal is Lord. Lord is Jesus. Stop. The whole book. Stop. The whole book. Oh, we didn't know. Now we know. The creators is telling us we got to keep the commandments, my brother. Keep the commandments. The commandments. The commandments of Sunni. Sunni never gave us such commandments that was created and written by Europeans. Sorry. Think the Europeans is going to put that in a book? If this joint was for real, you think these people is going to put it in a book for you to follow? That's going to set you free and liberate you? You can't be this dumb. You cannot be this dumb. There's no way on God's green earth can you be this dumb. that you will honestly believe that these people are going to put something together and tell you, yeah, man, this is what you need to follow. This is what you need to follow, people. Follow this, my brother. Follow this, and you will get back to where you need to be. Then when you read the word, it says, if my people humble themselves and seek my face and call on my name, I will heal your land. I mean, damn, we got over how many so-called Israelites? We got how many so-called Bantu people? So much Bantuisms. How much is that? You add them up together, that's enough people. That's more people than that came out of the land of Egypt and end up in the wilderness, right? That's more than multitude to me. That's more than a multitude to me. Then you add that up to all the prayers that you thinking that we saying, all the chanting, all the singing, all the kumbaya, all of that, to still be here. What are we, year 6? And you guys still don't see it. It says, my word shall not come back void, right? So why is everything being void when it comes upon black people? Why everything for us is void? Why? Oh, it's not ready yet. Okay, cool. It's not there yet. Okay, cool. The earth gotta burn and this gotta take place. Okay, cool. All of these things had to occur. Okay, cool.
Call from 480-550.
Okay, cool. We doing all of this. All of this. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Just sit back and wait. Okay, cool. Sit back and wait. Okay, cool. Because we have the sit back and wait mentality, we're sitting back. We are in complete acceptance to our struggle. We are in complete acceptance to police brutality. We are complete acceptance to the lack of justice. We are we're compliant. We're complicit to everything that's bad for us. We're in complete compliance to it because just sit back and wait. God is gonna come and fix everything. God is coming to come fix everything. Even when I was in the so-called and the Bantuism, right? Because that's what I call it. I call it Bantuism because it's just another ism that's keeping us in spiritual prison. Even when I was in that, when I used to talk to the bro, I say, yo, bro, like, yo, this joint don't make no sense. Like, yo, why are we not getting it together? Why, like, this joint, I'm getting furious. Why are we not getting on point with it? Why are we not? Damn, what was the track right here? Why are we not getting it together? Why? You know what I was told? You gotta wait. Sunini's going to do it. I said, Sunini's going to do it. I said, Sunini's going to do it. I mean, that alone, like, what? All right. You know, me being a writer, like, all right. But the more studies that I'm doing, I said, oh, they telling these things intentionally because they want us to be like this. They want us to remain right here. Oh, our people don't know this story of the Biblos. We don't know no such thing. Hold on. We don't know no such thing. So we don't know no such thing. And the commandments that were told that we need to follow and keep. And even that alone, like I said, you know, I know people who've been keeping the commandments for a very long time and didn't even live to see 80 years old. And I know people that never kept the commandment a day in their life. I know people that never kept the commandment a day in their life are literally out here never kept a commandment a day in their life, or 80-something years old, fully active, happy, full of joy, peace. Don't subject themselves unto any religion. Like, no, my brother, I don't do that. I love the universe. I love people. I respect people. Look at my man Bob. My man Bob is 80-something years old. 82 years old. Fit, working out. Doing push-ups with the young guys. Doing pull-ups with the young guy. I'm talking about he's literally pulling himself up at 80-something years old. 80-something years old, pulling himself up. I say, yo, man, what you do to stay fit? He says, I read. He said, I do puzzles. I play chess. You know what I'm saying? I keep my brain active. He said, I go hiking. And he said, last but not least, you know what I do? I love, my brother. He said, I love. He says, all of this bickering, hating. He said, all that just do is put extra stress upon your life, and you end up living life in a space of anger and self-entitlement and want this and want that. When he said that, I said, man, you was absolutely right. I was like, so you believe in God and all that? He said, I believe that there's a creator. I don't believe any man has any connection to God according to how they present such ideologies. We don't have any connections to God. I was like, I was like, that's very interesting. That's very interesting of you to say. He was like, yeah. So what you think I did? The 63rd? Sure is. I gotta find parking out here, man. Sure is. So from that moment on, like I said, I had to see life in a different perspective, and not to mention all the things that I'm receiving from people in the land, and how things from the Bible does not add up to the stories and the events that happen in Africa. None of it. People is still keeping their traditions and ways thousands of years. Thousands of years, people. My bad, I was parking. You know, I don't like to talk while I'm parked. Thousands of years. Word up. But I gotta make this phone call. I'm gonna reach out to you guys later, man. I got a call. I'm gonna make this phone call.